trying to make you do evil.
Yes, absolutely. So I believe what happens is when the person now has really committed some heinous crimes, when they get ready to die, I've heard in reverse, different entities talk about shaking off the body. They get out of the body. They step out. Now what's left of that human that has been corrupted is the human dies, and then on the other side, the demons say, look at the horrible things you did. Now we get to torture you. We get to harm you. We get to rape you. And they collect all that energy, and these people really believe that they just totally deserve it because they did do terrible things and not realizing it, that they had this thing inside of them that was corrupting them.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like they had, I mean, everybody can make a decision to do something bad, but it's almost like a possession, and it's a form of possession.
Well, it is, and people don't realize that as soon as they're born, they have demons assigned to them.
Oh, probably.
And Christians are the worst because they believe that just because they're saved, they're no longer being oppressed by demons. And that's not true. Everybody is.
Absolutely.
You know,
there is nobody who's exempt from this.
The problem being is that, well, when you die, it could be a problem or not. If you have not rejected the Lord, you're going to go to heaven. If you don't, you're going to go to hell, and that's what this place of sounds from hell are. Yeah. All these people who rejected the Lord. And now these same demons who supported them and encouraged them to do all those evil things turn around and use it against them when they're in hell and just torment them even more.
Absolutely. That's exactly what was happening.
You know, a couple weeks ago, I was promoting a book that I had read several years ago myself, Divine Revelation of Hell by Mary Kay Baxter. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
No, I haven't.
She was taken for 40 days. The Lord gave her a tour every night for 40 days, and he took her down into hell and gave her a tour and had her write about it. And this was back in 1979, and this book is still ahead. This book will shock you.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, this book is just amazing. And she goes through various different parts of hell because there's different places. It's not just one big, huge pit where everybody goes. There's different compartments. There's different places where they put certain people. And they torment you. You don't just cease to exist, and that's one of the biggest myths out there in some of these church doctrines, that when you die, you just go to sleep in the grave. That would be too easy.
That isn't true. I've spoken to a lot of people who thought that, and guess what? They were surprised.
Yeah, you know, you really do. You go to heaven or you go to hell. And so, you know, I would encourage anybody listening to the show and even you to get that book by Mary Kay Baxter, Divine Revelation of Hell. You can get it at Amazon. It's just, I read it once a year. It just keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
I mean,
it keeps you from not wanting to go there.
Yeah, exactly. And it motivates you to just get out there and preach even more the love of the Lord because they can avoid this place.
Yeah.
You know, we're not all perfect, but the Lord works with his people to perfect them. Some people think that, well, I have to be perfect, I have to give up this and this and this to come to him. Let him perfect you. Just come to him, seek him, and he will perfect you. You know, and it's just all in accepting him or refusing him, and those who refuse him and reject him are going to go to this terrible place. And that's just the first death. I mean, and we know when after the Lord comes at the end of the apocalyptic age that the second death is being thrown in a lake of fire, and still you're not going to cease to exist. You're going to experience that. So it's nothing but torment and death for these people.
Holy, that's not a happy thought.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I just think that, you know, we've really been beaten up here as a species. I know that these entities showed up thousands and thousands of years ago. I've heard that they are originate in the Orion constellation.
Right.
They came here, as I said, who knows how long ago, thousands and thousands of years ago. They just saw that this was a place ripe for plucking. The humans were shut down with this net, and really the human race I'm a great champion of the human race now. I believe that the human race has been beaten up for a long time, and I hear it over and over. I have tons and tons of reversals talking about how we've been whipped. We've been beaten here. It's just been ongoing.
Well, since we've been created, Satan was in the background. He was in the background of the Garden of Eden, corrupting Adam and Eve. And so it's just always been a behind-the-scenes, in-your-face type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's easier and a lot nicer just to keep your head in the sand
Well, yeah.
And have to deal with the truth of what's going on, so it doesn't help you either. You know, a lot of people in these last days are really going to have to start confronting reality and what the truth is, no matter how much they don't like it, how much they want to believe it's true.
Well, yeah. I have no argument there.
And I don't know if this is literal or not. Are they going to set the net on fire?
Well, I don't know. I've never actually heard. I've only heard that the net is going to be smashed by God.
Well, their God is Lucifer.
Oh, I know. Their God is not going to smash the net. They're having to go.
So this could be, you know what? This could be Revelation 12 come into play when Satan is cast to the earth, because he can't leave it after that. He's cast to the earth.
Well, I don't know.
Forces are going to be
I don't know where he's going to be cast, but he's going to be cast in a net of his own.
Well, he's going to be cast there. He's the Antichrist, the biblical Antichrist, comes here as God. Because I do believe that once he is here, they can't leave. And so that maybe that's it. Maybe that's why, because that whole electromagnetic thing gets crushed. And the Bible calls it the veil.
Right. Well, all I know is they're going to be I've heard that the earth and all the humans are going to be healed, and that these guys are going to be in a net of their own making. Now, I don't know how that's going to exactly play out, but all I know is they're getting their comeuppance. They are going to be the fear that they have inflicted and the pain they will do to each other. They will war upon each other.
Oh, yeah. The betrayals are what's going to be amusing that come up. I've always said that. I'll sit back and have a good laugh just watching all the becoming betrayals. Because as time goes on and it's more crunch time and it's more of a fight between the people on who gets to be in power at that time, you're going to see a lot of betrayals. You're going to see Britain betray the United States. You're going to see Russia and Chinese come against the Americans. Everybody's going to come against the Americans, and Britain is going to turn their backs. There's going to be a lot of betrayals coming. Just for that last power push on who gets to control this final global government, none of them realizing none of them are going to get to control it.
No, they're not.
Nope. But it's interesting that it's going to be a lot of death and destruction watching them fight it out for it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I hear that, or at least when you listen to these guys speaking, in public, there's, the Democrats and the Republicans, and they're, battling each other, and they're giving each other a hard time. But when I reverse them, they're really, so many of them are just they're all in the same ball team.
Yeah, well, they're called the Brotherhood. They're all in the same group.
Yeah, it's all the same group. So they're putting up a facade of, I'm against you and you're against me. But
yeah, it's all a game, because they're all together.
And within the families,
yeah, they're all related.
I believe within the families there is a lot of fighting and infighting. But when push comes to shove, they're still part of the same group. And they're all trying to buy a ticket for this ship because they think they're going to get out. But they're only going to get so far, and then that's it. They're coming down.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Last time we talked, we were talking about Eridu, the space gate out in Iraq.
Yeah. Where
they're building this UFO that they all plan to take off on.
Right.
Have you found out anything else about that?
Well, let's see. I got what I've heard. I don't really have those clips all organized,